The halls are quiet as the courtyard was, naturally so since everyone is in class. I knock lightly at door 3-3 and push open the door when Tao calls from the other side. That was my phone, I think. Sorry I'm late. 15 pairs of eyes turn to me. Good morning, Nikai. Mutao seems to be somewhat confounded by my coming in late, as if I interrupted his flow or something. Judging from the rambling lectures his classes tend to be, that might be the case. I pass him the note the nurse gave to me. Tao takes it with a nod and reads it quickly. He lifts his eyebrows and gives me a kind of stern look, but doesn't say anything, just nods solemnly again. A shrug, and he gestures at me to run along, so I naturally do. Class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I've even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overly attentive. The first days I was pretty high-strung in class. Matao finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues about the pause about the festival. So as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also come Saturday. Please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds.
Games and fried food!
Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. What I mean was, the remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the lunch bills, and everyone starts packing their things. Matao deliberates for a moment, but since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. Crowded hallways in the school probably get, and most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Normally I'd join the flow and grab lunch myself, but today is different. Today I've been invited to lunch on the roof. To a location, but that's where I was going to go. Unfortunately, I managed to find shelter from the storm in the lee of the classroom door. Eventually, the torrent subsides, and I step tentatively out into the hallway, only to be met by Emmy, who comes flouncing down the hallway like a cannonball. Hey! Hi, Hisao! Great timing! Oh, you're in clothes now. Damn it. Alright, super extra lunch today, as promised. Let's go upstairs. Or are you wearing clothes, Emmy? The stairway to the roof's a little dilapidated, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a drawer complete with a missing padlock. I wonder who the intrepid individual was that moved the lock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. Suddenly, it's Rin. A tall, dark stranger appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emmy flinches back, almost falling down the stairs.
Ah! Hello. Yipes, you scared me!
Oh, shit. From the Boston voice. Yipes, you scared me, Rin! Wait, isn't she?
Hello.
Noticing that Rin is speaking to me, Emmy looks curious at me. Get to know each other? I look confusedly at Emmy. She's a friend of yours? Rin has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school.
I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy.
Awkward silence lasts only for a few seconds while Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off. I invited Hisao for lunch. If you know him, that's just better.
Oh, does this mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch?
Neither. I have food for 3.
Nice thinking.
They walk to the other end of the roof while I stay at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There's nobody else but us here. I guess the roof's not as popular as it is in the other schools. A few unknown benches and tables scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. The small pebbles covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. Sneak through the chain-link fence to take a good look at the school grounds and beyond. Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle in the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards a convenience store nearby. Somewhere a watchdog barks at a passerby, or whatever that said. I can't remember. Somehow, when I look towards the house or the town center, the small town feels strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. The hectic lifestyle of big metropolises seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like their life depended on it, or get their senses overloaded by neon lights and traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine, looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. If Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly. I haven't had time to think about how I feel. When I step out of the shadow of the clock tower to open, I feel warmth touching my back. The sun shines from a perfectly clear, cerulean sky. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smog and car exhaust like it used to just a few weeks ago. Emi settles on a bench with Rin and Tao and produces one big and two small lunchboxes from her bag. Come on, Asao, what are you waiting for? She's beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. Up close and personal. I see myself on the corner of the bench to take as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it. Impressive view. And then Rin starts eating with her toes, and I wouldn't want to sit next to her. No offense, but I really wouldn't want to sit next to her if she starts eating with her feet. I know that's what she does, but I wouldn't want to be around that. Emi suppresses a giggle and places a lunchbox in front of Rin, and hands another lunchbox to me. There you go! Lunch is promised! Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks really good. Thanks, I made it myself when I can. Conversation dies off as I set about the business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Rin deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a fork full of food in her mouth using only her feet. I've even seen it before. I can't help but be impressed by her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the short sort of pace I am in right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? I can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be good or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean I'm giving up on being a normal person? Does it just mean I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts about the sight of Emi tearing into her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors. She seemed pretty hungry. Emi looks up, mouth half full, and swallows before nodding. My morning run always works up an appetite, which is great because then I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Let's me keep my girlish figure!
Well, what happens if you lose it? Would you become a man?
I nearly choke on my lunch trying not to laugh. Holy shit, Rin, you're funny. It's a figure of speech.
Does your figure have to run in the mornings too?
I swear she might be a stoner. Do you always talk like this? Talk like what? I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggle to think of small talk and settle on the obvious question. How'd you two meet? Rin seems content to let Emi answer this question. Someone in the housing department thought that we complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another. Complement each other.
Like shoes and a suit.
Huh? Emi giggles in my confusion. Put us together, we got all our limbs, get it? Ah. So I started helping Rin get ready in the mornings, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. You see. Rin chooses this moment to interject.
I have trouble with shirts.
Right, that seems fairly obvious.
Really?
Kind of. This isn't helping, but at least Emi seems to find the whole thing funny. That combined with the fact that Rin is genuinely curious makes me feel slightly better, yet confused. I mean, you've got no arms, so putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that would be difficult. You know what, I'm going to just stop talking right now. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Rin nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner.
I see.
The conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It was really quite good. Emi finishes her lunch first and makes a contented noise. Ah, that was good! As she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch, Rin speaks up.
I'm thirsty.
Oh, I almost forgot about that! Sorry! Before she reaches into her bag and removes a trio of juice boxes. She tosses me one that appears to be the cranberry juice, one to Rin that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk with a pink color scheme, and keeps the equally pink box with some kind of fruit punch for herself. Rin dexterously stabs her straw through the top of her box and begins to drink. I'm once again impressed by how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. So I don't think either Emi or Rin are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Rin especially so. I think she gives off the impression of being entirely unaware that she is missing any limbs at all. Whether or not that's a conscious decision in another matter. I'm honestly not sure. So hey Sal, how do you like it up here? It's quite nice, actually. I like high places for the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch, too. I made Grin's 1,000-watt grin. Please buy my response, I suppose. No problem! Feel free to eat with us next time, too, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here. No lunch service? I don't know. Emmy looks mock offended. Trying to take advantage of my good nature? The nerve! She giggles. Well, if that's your answer, I guess Ren and I will just keep eating lunch all alone. I'm suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rending puppy dog eyes I've ever seen as Emmy pouts. Kidding! I was kidding. I'd love to eat up here again. Her location in the company is okay, too. Emmy frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. Guess that makes us friends now, or at least acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs. Right, you didn't finish your lunch again!
I was a bit hungry.
If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away. Ren chugs as if it's an acceptable risk. Come on, we better get going. Three of us head down the stairs together. Afternoon class passes once again. I find myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library and return to a couple of the books I'd finished reading. Walking inside, I see that there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday, all the more evident from the almost total silence developing the room. Shut the books, I burrowed into the return slot in the counter. Yuko suddenly pops up from behind it. Quite startled from the beginning, they make as they hit the trolley next to her. Ah, sorry, Yuko. Didn't mean to startle you. Oh, Shaz doing her voice. No, that's fine. It happens a lot. I'm used to it by now. Can I help you? It's okay. I think I know where everything is. Thanks anyway. Sometimes I'll, mix the voices up, and it's like, oh no, wrong voice. I suppose I'll grab another book or two while I'm here. There's not much else to do, and after reading so much during my stay in the hospital, it's become a hard habit to break. I wander down the fiction section towards the back of the library, scanning the bookshelves for anything that catches my eye. As I do, I look over the corner where Hanako had been the last time I was here, not really expecting anything to come of it. Surprisingly, though, she's there, absorbed completely in a fairly thick book. I decide against intruding her, like last time. We get back to finding reading material. After the indiscernible amount of time spent pursuing the aisles, I finally decide on a couple of books to get and slide them off the shelf. Minimum of a fuss, I walk over to the counter, check out my books, and pop them into my bag as I walk out. By the time I leave the main building, sunset isn't too far away. A small trickle of students remain, but the majority have left, presumably to their homes and dorms. Feeling utterly drained, I head to my room and read the books I borrowed. Fuck it. The first is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I almost said Alice's Wonders in Adventureland. I know the story, of course, but I've never actually read the original book. It's as trippy as I remember the story to be, with the wacky characters and nonsense plot. I start thinking of myself as some kind of Alice, too, haplessly tumbling down the rabbit hole to this cripple wonderland. Well! Okay, that's a rather strong expression. No shit. Still, the isolated locations and the overway the school accommodates to absolutely everything is unsettling. It's like another world. I wonder why I can't shake the feeling of being an outsider like Alice, despite most everyone being so hospitable and friendly with me. Turning another page, and my mind starts drifting further away from the book. It's quiet. I can hear my heart beat thumping against the fabric of my shirt. For some reason, it makes me feel really bad that this since that time in the forest with Awanako. Like I was locked in a cage with something nasty and scary. I put the book down for a while and stare at the ceiling, taking my time to shake off the feeling. 200 pages later, I fall asleep.